is that it? He just has to talk to Corporal Sterling and Ranger Andy.
Get him, boss. I need a text with your schedule.
Well, that's easy. We can do that. Almost level 40. What's up, dude?
Wow, I'm actually still alive. Who would have guessed?
What the hell? There's fire in the cave, but gold out here. The Cottonwood Crater. Real radioactive. Okay, just finish off barter. 70. Explosives is the highest, the second highest. Sure. Fat Man, free Fat Man. In poor condition, but there it is. And I think there's mini nukes around here, right? No? Honestly, I don't even remember the body being there. I just remember a Fat Man just floating in the water. Would Cat's Eye help here? Kind of. Only kind of. Hmm. Wow.
Oh!
Don't break your legs. Got him.
Our victory was purely thanks to your brilliant leadership, boss.
I know. You did nothing. I did it all. Hmm? Mm-hmm. That's fine. Alright. Let's just go see Andy. Supposed to like exhaust his dialogue with him and then Corporal Sterling. What's up, Boone?
What's new?
Tell me about the Rangers?
They're the NCR's finest.
What happened was, what did you do?
Look out.
And then we gotta go. Forlorn Hope. That's where First Recon is now.
Over here!
Damn, a heavy
We
trooper.
won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
It's just a blowfly. They're less bulky because they're literally just carrying around the plating. They took out like all the servos and shit. Wild. Nope.
Nelson's back in our hands. Hey, everybody, look who it is. Glad to...
I have some ears.
Oh, boy. This puts you far ahead of everyone else. I think I'll have to declare you the winner of the competition. It's not much, but here's a little something I scraped together for the winner of the contest. Good job. You earned it. I hope we can defend it this time.
100 bottle caps. Okay, well. There was 10 of
Yeesh.
spades, but
These soldiers look how I feel, boss.
no other member of First Recon. The old hide behind the barrel trick. Well, that's pretty much all I wanted. Guess he could be in the main tent. Sure is. Wow.
Took some skills to bring down that fiend. You done good. Used to be a ranger.
Oh.
Always a pleasure. Keep yourself safe.
Hello.
I can't believe we were allowed inside the Lucky 38. That place has been a legend since before the war.
Hmm.
I'm not much use besides being a portable encyclopedia, really. I guess you could use me as a pack Brahmin. But my knees aren't so good anymore.
I don't believe that. You must have some skill.
That's nice of you to say, boss. But I'm an old man. Not much use to anybody anymore. Time was. I was a pretty good shot with a pistol. I guess I'm still half decent. These old bones aren't much use in hand-to-hand fighting, though. I can also do maintenance work on your stuff. I don't have the supplies for a real repair job, but I can keep your gear working longer.
Lots of older people are still useful to their friends and communities.
Yeah, maybe you can introduce them to me, if we find them, because I've never met one.
Did I have to do that first? Maybe. It sure sounds like it.
Got a second to talk, boss?
Okay, there we go. Immediately. Sure, what's on your mind?
Meeting Corporal Sterling. Well, it kind of got me thinking. Here's a guy that's been beat all to hell, right? I mean, he could have retired from the service, but instead he signs back on and does what he can. You think he did the right thing?
I think it's good that he's so devoted to his duty, and the more people should. The NCR put a lot of time and money into his training. He may seem harsh, but the soldier can't do his job properly. Yeah.
You think so, boss? Because I remember a time when a lot of people stuck to their duty no matter what. It ended with nuclear bombs falling on my hometown.
Talking about the Great War? What do you remember about it?
I grew up in a place called Hidalgo Ranch, just outside Mexico City. It wasn't much, just a bit of a farm, with a house for 3 generations of Tejadas. I wasn't the best behaved kid. I was quick with my hands, with a pistol or a wrench. And I wasn't afraid to get into fights over it. I never killed anybody, but I had my share of run-ins with the police. Mostly my family kept me in line. This was before the war. We were far enough away from Mexico City when the bombs fell that we missed the worst of it. But things got bad quick.
Go on.
Just a few days after Mexico City was vaporized, refugees started pouring down the road to our ranch. We helped who we could, but there were so many. Eventually, my father started turning people away before we ran out of food. Things got violent. My father and I got our guns, and we drove them off.
What happened then?
About 24 men came back in the night after we'd gone to sleep. They set fire to the ranch house and barred the doors from the outside. My whole family was trapped inside. I smelt the smoke, and I got myself and my little sister Rafaela out through a window. But everyone else, my parents, my grandmother, my 2 brothers, and 2 of my sisters, all died.
And then?
Rafaela and I ran. We were pursued by some of the men who attacked our home, but I was always a good shot. The ones who came after us, I killed. The rest, I left be. I had to take care of Rafaela, not throw my life away on revenge.
You can't think it was your fault. No one could stand against a dozen armed men alone. Anyone stupid enough not to set watches over. You blame yourself for this? Do you blame yourself for this?
Maybe. I don't know. All I know is that for all my skills with a pistol, I couldn't help them. Anyway, that was weighing on my mind. Thanks for letting me get it out in the open, boss.
We have to go back to Andy now? I'm inside! Every time.
Hey.
And every time he's always getting out of bed.
What's new?
Goodbye.
Look out for yourself.
No?
What's new?
All of it. All of it. No?
Angry soldier robots with bazookas. I'm sure they'll be a good police force.
Will you tell me some of your stories again?
That's what I love about you, boss. Your firm belief that one day you'll actually remember things people tell you. What do you want to hear about?
Yes, I was just gonna hear that again.
Hey, boss. Can I ask you something?
Like a little bit. Sure, what's on your mind?
What do you think of guys like Ranger Andy?
What do you mean, like, what do you mean guys like Ranger Andy?
I mean guys who have a world of experience doing what they do, but have to give it up because they're getting old and slow or too injured.
Just because someone grows doesn't mean they're useless. All that experience is invaluable. I think it's good that he retired, out of sight, out of mind. Even after a crippling injury, a guy like Andy's tougher and more dangerous than most men alive. All that experience is invaluable.
Yeah, I suppose he could still teach. Take a less active role in the world. That's not so bad.
Is that what you did?
Would it surprise you to know that I used to be a gunslinging adventurer? After the fire, I knew my sister and I couldn't stay at Hidalgo Ranch anymore. The refugees still wanted me dead. They even put a bounty on me. I remember how scared Rafaela was. I told her if she came with me, we'd see the vaqueros. She used to love the rodeo, especially the trick riders. We figured maybe we could find help in Mexico City. We were young. We didn't know what had happened, really. We didn't understand about the bombs.
Wasn't Mexico City basically annihilated in the Great War?
I don't think it was as hard hit as D.C. or Bakersfield, but it was bad enough. By the time we got there, the city was a radioactive ruin. Still, the city was full of looters, already forming into the beginnings of raider tribes. Crime was bad before the war, but now it was a nightmare. We were living like scavengers, scraping by on what little food we could find, always looking for medicine for my burns. And then, of course, the radiation started to kick in, turning me into this handsome devil you see before you.
Sounds pretty bad.
You're a poet of understatement, boss. But there were moments it was almost worth it. I still remember finding that novelty costume shop. I was just looking around for something I could slice up to wrap my burns when I saw the vaquero outfit hanging on the rack like it hadn't been touched. I took it, not like anybody else needed it, you know, and wore it back to our camp. Rafaela laughed, for the first time since the bombs had fallen.
Wasn't it dangerous to be dressed so noticeably?
It was. I started to build up a legend. Sometimes it headed off trouble, but most of the times it just started more. Young punks looking to prove themselves would come looking for me, but my eyes were sharp and my guns were quick. For a while, it seemed like we might even survive there, until Rafaela.
What happened to her?
She went out to find some food one day. I was sick, so I stayed at our camp. I guess it must have been the beginning of radiation poisoning. Anyway, it was supposed to be safe, but some raiders happened to pass through where she was scavenging. I won't speak of what they did to her. When I found her body, the only way to recognize her was this funny little scar on her knee from when she was a little girl.
That's terrible.
terrible doesn't begin to cover it, boss. I let my whole family down. First the ranch, now Rafaela. I was the last Tejada. I guess maybe I went a little crazy then. I took my guns and went back to that market. I didn't have many bullets, but I had enough. After the raiders were dead, I salvaged what I could from the store. I was tired. I just wanted to be alone forever.
So what did you do?
I left Mexico City behind. I made my way out to the Gulf Coast. Eventually, I found an old Petro Chico refinery nobody had claimed. I stayed there for a little while, and I thought a lot about my life. I thought about the guns I'd lived by and what they'd gotten me. I decided my guns hadn't gotten me anything, and it was time to give it up. I took off the old vaquero outfit and put on a Petro Chico jumpsuit. The name tag said Miguel, so I started using the name myself. Eventually, I made it to Arizona. That's another story, boss. I'm glad you decided to off one of the most powerful men in the Mojave. Life was getting boring anyway. Really.
How old are you?
I was born in 2047, boss. If you do the math on that, I'm sure you'll get within a decade or so.
Where are you from?
I was born just outside Mexico City. My family had a little ranch there. After they died, I took my little sister, my Rafaela, to Mexico City. She died there, so I moved on. I came across an old Petro Chico refinery, found Miguel's jumpsuit, and decided to hang up the guns for good.
Who are you?
Always happy to repeat myself for you, boss. Raul Alfonso Tejada, former gunslinger, sole survivor of Hidalgo Ranch, and ghost of Mexico City at your service.
No decision there. It only told me Andy and Sterling. Okay. Where the hell did it go? I refreshed back all the way to the top, and now I gotta scroll down. Old School Ghoul is what it's called, like West. Oh, I can talk to Loyal at Ellis Air Force Base. Okay. That is another old man. Is he still in here, or did he go to his little workshop house? He's still here.
Evening.
Isn't that bomber a beauty? Thanks so much for making an old man's dreams come true.
Time for me to go.
Later.
That's a good thing to see, huh, boss?
What are you talking about?
That Loyal guy. He's getting up there in years, but he still finds a way to make himself useful to his people. If you ask me, that's better than withering away all alone or holding on to some faded piece of glory from your past.
Loyal's using his years of knowledge to help his tribe. I think that's a noble goal.
Yeah? That's what I thought, too.
What's on your mind?
Old history, boss. I left everything when I left Mexico. My home, my family, my name, even my face. I know it's surprising, boss, but I wasn't always just handsome. As far as the world knows, I was Miguel, and I was okay with that. I headed north for a while, and ended up in Tucson. Not Tucson, by the way. Things were good there. Well, maybe not good, but better than Mexico City anyways. I found myself a little shack, started fixing things.
Fixing things?
Oh, sure, boss. I was always good at fixing things. Some I fixed for the town, some I fixed for other people, some I fixed just for the hell of it. It's a better way to use your hands than killing. And even then, I wasn't getting any younger or faster. I lived there for a long time, kept to myself, didn't get into any fights. Hell, the only reason I even kept my guns oiled was professional pride.
Why aren't you still there then?
Getting there, boss. I'd been in Tucson. The locals can call it Tucson all they want, but it's Tucson, damn it. About 75 years when she showed up. Prettiest thing you ever saw, boss. Maybe it was just a trick of my senile brain, but I swear she looked just like my Rafaela. Her name was Claudia. She ended up taking work at one of the brothels in town. I never went to her, of course. How could I? But I looked after her in my own way.
What happened to her?
This was a long time ago, before Caesar's Legion pacified Arizona and brought the Raider tribes to heel. A tribe came into Tucson one day. More a gang, really. Dirty Dave and his 6 brothers. They were looking for bullets, and I sold some to them. I figured if I did that, they'd leave town before they tore it up too much.
But they didn't, did they?
No, boss. No, they didn't. As I was saying, I hoped they'd leave the town in peace. Instead, they decided to stop at Claudia's brothel to take the edge off. I don't know which one of them got rowdy first, but by the time I heard the screams and got my guns, it was too late. They shot up the brothel, killed 4 girls, and taken Claudia for their sport.
Did you rescue her?
I went after Dave and his brothers. They had a head start, but they slept nights. I didn't. Took me 3 days to catch up to them. Claudia was dead when I got there. They put a bullet in each of her eyes. I couldn't do anything except avenge her, just like Rafaela. I charged into the middle of their camp and started firing. 2 of them were dead before they knew I was there. The other 5, though, they shot the shit out of me. I would have died, I think, if I wasn't so full of rage.
How did you survive?
By being a meaner old cuss than the rest of them, boss. I wanted to keep living until they weren't. So I just kept shooting until they were all dead. I was in pretty bad shape in the end, though. I don't know how long I laid there, with the sun baking me and the buzzards chomping at me. Eventually, I got the strength to start moving. Some long time after that, I managed to drag my carcass back to town.
What happened then?
When I recovered, more or less anyways, I left Tucson and headed west. I ran into Tabitha at Black Mountain, and well, the rest you know. I swore I was done with the gunslinging life. I was too old, too slow, and too beat up to protect anyone anymore. I thought I was done forever, but after traveling with you, I realized I've always had my doubts.
Doubts about what?
About whether I'm really too old to keep living the life of a gunslinger after all. And after seeing what you go through, boss, I think I am. From now on, I'll let you deal with the fighting and stick to keeping your gear working. I don't want to slow you down more than I already do.
Yep. So, we can let him give it up forever. And he'll, his perk will upgrade to 75% reduction to your gears degrading. But if we convince him to be a gunslinger again, he gets a perk that gives him 33... hold on, let's see here. Yeah, it is 33. Increases the fire rate of revolvers and lever actions by 33%. He also gets the Vaquero outfit. And if he goes the other way, he gets the armored Petro Chico outfit. But I think you're a cool gunslinger. You can do it. That's not true, Raul. You're great with a pistol.
You think so? Well, you're the boss. Okay, I'll give it a try. But if I get killed, and if there's an afterlife, I'll haunt your ass.
Raul has gained the old Vaquero perk, which increases the rate of fire with revolvers and lever action firearms by 33%. Wow.
Oh, good. Now there's an army of robots. You don't do things by halves, do you, boss?
Also, his old... it didn't replace his old perk. He still has that. So you're still getting 50% less degradation to your shit. And that's it. That's all. That's all with Raul. But I say we go big game hunting with him. Kill us some Deathclaws. Since he's back on the saddle, you know?
Yeah. Time for more fighting. I know.
Did you put the helmet back on? You know what? Give it here.
I'm sure you'll be fair and equitable. This crouch walking is hell on my back, boss.
Sure, incendiary, why not? It's the worst of the 50, but we got it. Might as well use it. Sheesh. Still pretty good. Nope. Good job, boys. I forgot what's in there. Farmer rifle. Nope, didn't want that. Optimized. Optimize it again. Optimize that. Optimize the flamer fuel. Why not? Okay. You know what? Since we're being cowboys, got an old lever action. Deadwind Cavern. This was real close over here.
Wouldn't say no to somebody easy.
I'm dead. The reloading wouldn't let me bring up the Pip-Boy. A bit too slow. A bit too slow. I mean, these are big boys. Not very cowboy, but pretty mean. Delicious red paste. I got some sausage. Need some of that. Just a big loop. Nice and sneaky. Fuck it, we're blasting now.
I mean, if that fits with your schedule.
I mean, it's done. Sheesh.
Guess old guys are tougher than we look, huh?
Took more than I was expecting. Another path down.
Pretty boss. With my cataracts, you only sort of look like the...
Legendary. Oh, fuck that guy.
Wouldn't say no to something...
Legendary dough. Egg. Mercy. And a Brotherhood Paladin. I could fix my shit real quick. Nope, that's the helmet. Mercy. We need 100 explosives to wield her good. 184 DPS, 59 damage. She's a unique... what the fuck are these called again? Gatling... Grenade Gatling? Gatling grenade? Fuck, I actually don't remember. Anyway, they do this. Sorry. Alright, it's got something bad written on the side. I shan't say it. Good. Hey, get him. Back to a cowboy. Oh, broke your leg?
Our victory was purely thanks to your brilliant leadership, boss.
Alright, another Deathclaw nest successfully destroyed. I can remember how to get out of here. I did it. What the fuck is it? Who's over here? Is this another Deathclaw? Are you the blind one? You are the blind one, that's right. It's a Deathclaw, just with worse perception. And I think only like slightly. Only like slightly worse perception. I think. Which I guess implies that, that Deathclaws just use their other senses more. The Prim Pass. Just a little shortcut guarded by a blind Deathclaw. And kind of guarded by the other Deathclaws, depending... Oh my god, Legion.
I guess old guys
Depending on
than we look, huh?
like where they've been walking. Because they, like, for me, they were all huddled up right at the cave entrance. But they could just be all up on that ridge. And if they are on that ridge, then you ain't sneaking past them. But if they're all at the cave, then yeah, you could probably just hang a left. But you gotta get past the blind one first. Emergency Service Rail Yard. You can't even enter here, right? Yeah. It's just a little rail yard. I think there's some dark bottle cap somewhere. Oh, yeah. No. There's two. That's usually the max. There's either one or like two. I don't think there's ever 3 in one location. I guess that's it for Raul. I think we should just go get Arcade. Start doing this shit. Yeah. You're not even shooting at me.
Whoa! With my cataracts, you only sort
Is
of
that
look
it?
like the bad guys.
Hey, you're the one who's been going.
Yeah. 11 bottle caps. Okay. That king really gave that guy a lot of time. He wasn't even shooting in his direction. And the guy still lost. Rat's still running with no kids following. What was that? You just step over him? He just like took a step on his knee? There he is.
Never been a big fan of gangs like the Fiends, boss. I'm glad they're gone.
Me too. Need to head on without you.
Good call. I mean, if that's what you really want, boss.
It is. We'll meet up at the Lucky 38.
Hey, as long as you're not asking me to go back to Black Mountain, I'm a happy old man.
What's up? Hello again. Still in one piece, I see.
Why do you do research instead of providing medical assistance?
Like I said before, not all followers are good with people. I'm fine doing research back here, even if it is a bit boring and pointless and a complete waste of time. Don't mind me. I'm just voicing my thoughts so they don't burrow out of my skull in a fit of abject despondency.
Why don't you come with me?
No offense intended, but why should I go anywhere with you?
Things are bad around here. I'd like to make a difference, and I'd like you to help me.
That seems appropriately resolute and yet vague. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and go with you, but let me be clear about something. If you plan to help Caesar's Legion, this is going to be a brief relationship. I may not have all the answers for how to fix Freeside's problems, but Caesar taking control isn't part of the solution. Fair?
Fair enough.
There's something about that robot that doesn't seem all right to me. I'm not saying we shouldn't take it with us. I'm just saying that if it were to fall into Lake Mead and be irreparably damaged, and if you threw an EMP grenade in after it, well, there are worse things happening in the world, right?
Arcade is giving you the better healing perk. What's your problem with Eddie?
It just seems a little twitchy. Some of these robots, you look at them the wrong way, don't screw in a vacuum tube right. The next thing you know, you're a pile of ash on the floor and someone's stepping out of a vertibird to sweep your remains into a Nuka-Cola bottle.
That sounds a little paranoid, Arcade.
Does it? Does it? What's up?
What's your opinion on our current situation?
It could be better. If we can find a way to work toward the independence of New Vegas, that would be ideal. But really, as long as you don't help out the Legion, anything's better than that.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm really very boring. You'd get better stories out of a Freeside junkie.
I'm asking because I'm interested. Don't put yourself down.
Oh, all right. I'm 30-ish. Well, late 30s. I was born west of here. I was an only child and spent most of my time with my mother. My father died when I was young and I never got over it. Oh, and I like medicine and reading books about failed pre-war socioeconomic policies. Right now, I'm sure you're asking yourself, why hasn't some lucky man scooped this bachelor off his feet? Like I said, I'm boring.
Why don't you like talking about yourself?
Some people do. I just don't. Look, I appreciate that you're trying to be friendly, but I'd just rather not discuss it.
Do you always deflect personal questions?
Only to obfuscate my past association with a fascist paramilitary organization. I'm joking, of course. I will deflect personal questions at any opportunity. Honestly, it isn't too difficult if you have half a brain and aren't a complete jerk. I wanted to help people and I enjoyed learning, so I signed up. New Vegas is in trouble, so I came out here. If someone doesn't step up and try to help the people here, it's going to end very badly.
Where did you get your medical training?
The followers taught me everything I know about medicine. Despite our humble abode here in New Vegas, we have great facilities back in the NCR. We may have overextended ourselves by setting up camp in Freeside, but the people here need help from someone. If not us, who? All right. I'm really very boring.
You can do better than that.
No, really. Have you ever snorted a ground-up Cazador venom sac? Neither have I. But I can guarantee you that a Freeside junkie has. I'll defer to your judgment, naturally. See you around.
Wait,
Sure, just don't treat me like a pack Brahmin, okay?
3 stem bags. How inappropriate. I've never recruited all the companions on PC? Shit. Well, now I have.
It seems that the territories are about to blow up.
Just never in one file. I believe Arcade just wants to see factions, but like other factions' doctors, right? I'll look at it. I'll give it a little quick see, a little quick peeky. Arcade, Ganon. The hell is your request? What's it called? Oh no, you just have to shift the power in the Mojave, and then it'll ask for help. I mean, I don't know already. Do I have to like choose a side first? Arcade keeps a running tally of trust points that the player earns by doing things he likes. Generally speaking, points are accumulated by going places that trigger positive memories of something. Flattering Arcade, passing intelligence checks, or doing things that are good for the followers of the apocalypse. On the other hand, Arcade... fucking ad displaced me. On the other hand, Arcade has a running tally of dislike points, but they do not figure into triggering the quest. They're used in determining whether Arcade abandons the player. Triggering the quest requires accumulating a total of 5 trust points. However, if one completed the wild card, change in management by installing Yes-Man on the Lucky 38 mainframe, and one does not have Caesar's Legion fame, indicating to Arcade that they desire NCR victory at Hoover Dam. Indicating to Arcade that they desire an NCR victory at Hoover Dam, but an independent Vegas. What? Not. Maybe the. I assume not an NCR victory, but an independent Vegas. Or if one of the. Or if one completed all the follow relevant side quests, the quest will trigger with just 2 trust points. I mean, I could go install Yes Ma'am into the Lucky 38. Right there, change of management. Or can get 5 trust points. I would still need 2, even if I install Yes Man.
If it can be bought, it can be found at Mick and Ralph's.
I might have gotten one already, because I did flatter him a bit. 4? We need 4 more?
What a shame.
Damn. Backed him up. Where could I go for some intelligence checks that I haven't already really just done? One's a yes, the witness, I assume? Hmm. Nothing's really popping out to me. We could go visit. Hmm. Well, I'll visit here. Why not? I don't think he has anything to say currently.
If Caesar's dead, why ain't the NCR taking care of regular folks yet?
What brings you around this time? He was a...
What's up?
Hmm. Shit, my only option might be just to put in yes man. I haven't even found all the snow globes yet. I don't exactly remember where all of them are. And I really don't need the money.
Looks like break time's over.
I mean, I guess we could just go hunt for all the snow globes real quick. Sure, why not? Let's go see what we're missing. Which ones we're missing. And then we'll hunt for the rest.
The Strip's not a bad place if you love terrible things and people. I'll never understand the allure of giving away your money to the rich.
He had to really stand there and say that, not walk and talk. Penthouse. 'Cause I don't remember if I have any on me.
Ooh, suddenly I feel all tingly, and I find I've got a rocket launcher.
Crazy. You look different somehow. Did you cut your hair?
How sweet of you to notice, sugar. I've been upgraded to the Mark II software, and it's peachy having these high explosive weapons fully accessible.
I guess not, because it's not here. I'm missing 3. I got Mormon Fort, Good Springs, Nellis, and Tessite. I don't have the Lucky 38 one? Does that put somewhere else? If it is, why? We got that one, right? I remember going to the cocktail lounge and looking around. Is that... Was that not Lucky 38? Was that just the test site one? I guess so. Okay. You know, and let me look where the other 3 are.